going here. I thought it would be fun to make a video on how I make my homemade peanut butter or almond butter. I always keep it in a mason jar and I found that it is almost gone. So I'm just gonna take you guys along with me on how I make it. I haven't made it in my air fryer yet, so we'll see how it goes. I usually roast it in the oven for about 8 minutes, but we'll try it. There are these peanuts. I got these at Aldi and they're typically cheaper. They're like $1.69 versus like Meijer, they're like $9. So I recommend buying these because you get a lot more bang for your buck. I use parchment paper, the peanuts, a food processor, and then I'm going to put the parchment paper on the air fryer things. Sweet, the peanuts are ready to be roasted, so let's put them in the air fryer, turn it on, and I would do roast 400 degrees, and I'll do 5 minutes because I don't want to burn them. So I took the peanuts out a minute early because I was starting to smell them and I kind of burnt the top ones. So the next step would be to let them cool fully before putting them in your food processor. So I think I'm gonna have a lot less peanut butter this round because they're kind of burnt. But we'll see how they go. Update, all of the peanuts weren't ruined, it was just the ones on the top rack. So I placed the other two in there for about 2 minutes and they look so good. So I'm just gonna wait for a while for them to cool off and then start processing them. So we are back. The peanuts have cooled. I grabbed my food processor. So we'll see how much fits in here because this is a smaller one compared to the one that I used to have. So you just make sure the blade is already in there and then you'll pour the peanuts in and you'll just start to chop them up. Something that I learned when adding ingredients to your peanut butter, if you want to make it sweeter, you can add honey or a maple syrup, or if you have plain peanuts or almonds, then you can add more salt. I personally like mine just plain, or I think these peanuts had come oven roasted, but that was the only option that they had. So it grinds it up for a long time, so it is kind of like, you know, a couple minute process to keep processing them, let it rest, processing and letting them rest. So you don't want to add any ingredients until your butter is like completely creamy. Because if you do it before, the reason that it turns from the peanuts to the like peanut butter is like from all the natural oils from the peanut itself. So you just keep going, and then if you want to add any honey or salt, you can do that after it's creamy. So at this point, the peanut butter is about halfway, so it's almost a creamy texture, but not quite. So just keep going, but still don't add anything yet. Okay, we got the creamy texture. Literally look how good that is. Now you get to pour it in the mason jar and let it cool, and then we're gonna use the peanut butter protein ball recipes that I use. So they're gonna be perfect for before or after a workout, or just during the day when you feel a little hungry, and it gives you the right macronutrients to fill you up and give your body a energy boost. Now for the pouring time. And there you have it, creamy homemade peanut butter. So creamy. Oh, I just so excited. Now that the peanut butter is all done, I'm going to make one of the first protein balls for you. This one is going to include dates, which is the main ingredient. I normally get the Medjool dates for these. Unsweetened coconut flakes, cocoa powder, normally 100%, so it doesn't have any added sugars in it. This is optional, but you can add chocolate chips or nuts if you would like. Obviously the peanut butter or almond butter, and then your choice of protein. I use the level 1 protein from First Form. This flavor is caramel latte. If I had more flavors, I would probably use vanilla or chocolate or pumpkin spice, but I'm just gonna use what I have right now. So I'm gonna show you how to make them, and I just wish you could taste them. So the first step is to soak them in hot water. So how I account for the nutritional factors for this is, so for these dates, 2 to 3 dates is 40 grams, and it's 110 calories, 30 carbs, 27 grams of sugar, but it's no added sugar, so it's just the sugars that are naturally in the dates themselves. So I grabbed 12 dates, and I'm just soaking them in water so they soften up a bit before I put them in the food processor. Sweet, so after the dates have soaked for about 10 minutes, you have to pit them. So you just take the date, you just press the seed in, and you just throw the seed away. Then I'm gonna plop the date into the food processor, and then I will chop them up. So once the dates look like this, just kind of all mushy in there and stirred up, I'll add the rest of the ingredients, and sometimes you kind of have to add or take away as you go. But for right now, I have half a cup of peanut butter, a teaspoon of cocoa powder, a scoop of protein powder, and about 1/3 cup of coconut flakes. The next step, get out my baking sheet, and I will get parchment paper as well, and then I can now roll it into a ball, and then we'll stick it in the freezer for like about 2 hours so it freezes or hardens, and then I like to just eat it straight from the freezer. And like I said before, you can always add more coconut flakes on top, you can add chocolate chips, or you can add any type of nut that you would like.